Good morning to everyone. Today I am going to prove Cauchy's integral theorem with the help of Green's theorem. First of all, I am going to explain what is Green's theorem. Here, observe, if p of x comma y and q of x comma y be two continuous functions having continuous first order derivatives in the region capital R consisting of points within and on the simple closed contour C, then integration over C p dx plus q dy equal to double integration of R dou q by dou x minus dou p by dou y into dx dy. So here p and q are continuous functions and also these functions are having continuous first order partial derivatives in the region R consisting of points within and on the simple closed contour C. Then we have this one, integration over C p dx plus q dy equal to double integration over R dou q by dou x minus dou p by dou y into dx dy. Here observe, p is a function which is continuous, q is also a function of two variables, it is also continuous. It is having continuous first order derivatives, that means dou p by dou x, dou p by dou y, dou q by dou x and dou q by dou y. But here we have this, we need these two only. So continuous partial derivatives where means in the region R. So p and q are having continuous partial derivatives in the region capital R. This capital R consisting of points within and on simple closed contour C. So this is C. R contains the points within and on the simple closed contour C. Then we have integration over C p dx plus q dy equal to double integration of R dou q by dou x minus dou p by dou y dx dy. So now I am going to prove Cauchy's integral theorem. Observe, this is the statement of Cauchy's integral theorem. If a function f of z is analytic at all points within and on a closed contour C, we have one function that is f of z. That function is analytic at all points within and on the closed contour C. So here also we can consider a closed contour C. Okay. Here f of z is analytic within all points within and on the closed contour C. F of z is analytic at these points and also the points which are lies inside this contour. Then integration over C, f of z dz is 0. Now I am going to prove this theorem. Observe proof. Let f of z equal to u of x comma y plus I into v of x comma y, which is equal to u plus iv. Here I am taking a function f of z as u plus iv. And also we know that z equal to x plus iy. Differentiate dz equal to dx plus I into dy. Substitute in integration over C f of z dz. So f of z is replaced with u plus iv dz is replaced with dx plus I dy. So from this I am going to separate real part and imaginary part. So here you can observe u into dx is real part. Next iv into I dy. Y means I into I is I square, that is minus 1. Minus 1 into v dy is minus v dy. Next imaginary part v into dx plus u into dy. So here we are going to get imaginary part. Because these two terms contains I as common, that's why I taken I outside. For real part 1 integration, for imaginary part I am putting 1 integration. Considering this as equation 1. By data f of z is analytic. That means f of z is differentiable. Whenever f of z is differentiable, f dash of z exists and continuous in R and on C. This f of z is continuous in R and on C. Also, we have Cauchy-Riemann equations. Those are dou u by dou x equal to dou v by dou y and dou u by dou y equal to minus dou v by dou x. So, here I am writing, whenever we know f of z is analytic, we can write f dash of z exists and continuous in R and on C. And also Cauchy-Riemann equations are satisfied. Okay. Now I am going to apply Green's theorem to the two line integrals in the RHS of 1. So here we have two line integrals. Now I am going to apply Green's theorem for these two line integrals. Here then I am going to get, here we have u dx minus v dy. So observe, whenever we have u dx minus v dy, we can replace p as u, q as minus v in the Green's theorem. Then we are going to get, so integration p as u. So u dx minus v dy is equal to double integration over R minus dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y dx dy. So observe here, minus dou v by dou x minus dou u by dou y dx dy. Here we have v dx plus u dy. For the second integral, p equal to v, q equal to u. Then by Green's theorem, I am going to get the value of second integral as double integration over R dou u by dou x minus dou v by dou y into dx dy. Next, here I am using these Cauchy-Riemann equations. Observe, we have minus dou v by dou x. But I know minus dou v by dou x value is dou u by dou y. Substitute. Already we have minus dou u by dou y. Rewrite as it is dx dy plus I double integration, and also I know the value of dou u by dou x, that is dou v by dou y. Substitute remaining terms as it is, and observe dou u by dou y minus dou u by dou y, that means 0. Dou v by dou y minus dou v by dou y, that is 0. So we here the integrands are becoming 0. Then integration is also becomes 0. That means we are going to get 0 plus I0. That is nothing but 0 only. Therefore, integration over C f of z dz is 0. Hence, the Cauchy's theorem is proved. Next, I am focusing on consequences of Cauchy's integral theorem. So, that means to prove the following consequences, I am going to using Cauchy's integral theorem. So, consequence 1. If f of z is analytic in a region capital R and if P and Q are any 2 points in it, then integration between P and Q f of z dz is same for all the curves joining P and Q. So observe, first you want to observe the statement, what they are going to telling and what we are going to prove. So f of z is analytic where in a region capital R. Okay, in this region f of z is analytic. F of z is analytic. P and Q are any 2 points in it. So this is P point, this is Q point. So in that case, integration between P and Q, f of z is same. So for all curves joining P and Q, that means if we consider this curve, then integration value is same. If we consider this curve, then also the integration value is same. If we consider this curve, then also the integration is same. So if we consider number of curves between P and Q, the value of integration is same. That is the consequence 1. So here they are given f of z is analytic in a region R and if P and Q are any 2 points in it. Now we want to prove that integration between P and Q f of z dz is same. So observe, let C1 and C2 be two simple curves. Simple curves means those two curves not intersecting with itself. So C1 and C2 are two simple curves joining P and Q such that both the curves lie in the region R. These two curves, C1 and C2 curves, lies in the region capital R. Then their union, observe, P, A, Q, B, P becomes a simple closed curve C. So this curve, total curve is called C in the region capital R. Observe, I am drawing capital R also. So this is capital R. In this capital R, we are choosing 2 points P and Q and I draw two simple curves C1, C2 by joining P and Q points. Then their union, that is PAQBP, becomes simple closed curve C in the region capital R. C1 and C2 are simple curves PAQBP is called simple closed curve C. Now by Cauchy's theorem, integration over C f of z dz equal to 0. So in the Cauchy's theorem we proved this one only. That's why we are taking by Cauchy's integral theorem. Whenever we are considering simple closed curve C, at that time integration over C f of z dz is 0. Okay, but capital C is nothing but the union of these to C1 and C2. But C1 means PAQ. That's why I am writing PAQ plus C2 means QBP. Okay, equal to 0. Why 0 means this RHS is 0. C means the union of PAQ and QBP. Now I am changing the order. Direction, not order, direction. Here observe QBP. But now I am changing the direction as PBQ. Whenever I am changing direction, I am putting minus sign. So minus integration PBQ f of z dz equal to 0. First term as it is. But PAQ is nothing but C1. PBQ is nothing but C2. Next, this negative quantity goes to that side, then it becomes positive. That means finding of integration along C1 is equal to finding of integration along C2 is same. That means that integration P to Q f of z into dz is independent of the path of integration. Next, I am going to do consequence 2. Observe here the situation. C1 and C2 are two simple closed curves. Before, in the consequence 1, C1 and C2 are only simple curves. In consequence 2, they are considering C1 and C2 are simple closed curves, such that C2 lies entirely within C1 and f of z is analytic inside and on the boundary of annular region between C1 and C2. Then integration C1 f of z dz equal to integration C2 f of z dz. Proof. Observe. This is C1. This is C2. C2 lies entirely within C1. Observe this diagram. C2 lies entirely within C1. Okay. Closed curves. And if f of z is analytic, inside and on the boundary of annular region between C1 and C2. So, f of z is analytic on this curve C1. Observe there is some annular region. This gap is called annular region. That means f of z is analytic on this curve and also inside this annular region. Then we want to show this one. Okay, observe. Let us introduce a cross cut in the form of a line segment PQ. This is the cross cut with the points P on C1, Q on C2. Then the curve, observe, P, R, S, again P, Q, A, B, Q, P is as shown in figure, is a simple closed curve and f of z is analytic. So this curve is a simple closed curve because this curve not intersecting with itself. Okay. So on this curve f of z is analytic. Whenever f of z is analytic, and the curve is simple closed curve, then we are going to use Cauchy's theorem. That is, by Cauchy's theorem, integration over C f of z dz equal to 0. So, C is the union of arcs. This is C only. But this is the union of arcs. Observe P, R, S, P. This is first arc of the union. Next PQ. Next Q, A, B, Q. Next QP. So C is the union of these four arcs. Then I am going to write integration over C as sum of these arcs. Observe integration C1 f of z dz integration pq f of z dz plus integration minus C2 f of z dz plus integration qp f of z dz equal to 0. So observe C2 direction is like this. But QABQ direction is opposite. That's why I am writing here minus sign. So next integration minus C2 becomes minus integration C2. Integration QP can be written as minus PQ, because the direction is changing. Whenever direction changes, plus integration becomes minus integration. So observe, this is integration PQ. This is also integration PQ with negative sign. So I am going to cancel these two. Then I am going to get this one. So integration C1 f of z dz equal to integration C2 f of z dz. Because this negative quantity goes to that side, then it becomes positive. So these are the consequences of Cauchy's integral theorem.